bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies.
And this is a question I'm going to be giving you the scoop on, basically. I'm going to be detailing this in depth. So here we go. Anonymous asked you, SCAR versus XM8. Which one would you choose? Also, how could upgrade the Deagle to beat both of these guns? This is a very good question. I've had this discussion before with gun owners a lot, and like me, me and my brother have talked about this before. They're both very good rifles. I'm a fan of both of them. And, people might just be like, parkour, dude, I thought you only liked the Deagle, But that's not true, dude. So contrary to popular belief, I actually do like other guns, too. It's just the Deagle is my #1 favorite, obviously. They're both very good rifles. Yeah, both have been trusted by the Army for years. So I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each because I feel like this deserves a in-depth look. So let's start with the SCAR, because I think everyone's familiar with it. The SCAR is a very modular rifle. It has a folding stock, meaning you can just bring it in close quarters, with the stock folded and with no problems of fitting it into tight spaces. Although you'll get worse recoil. But then you can just put the stock up, like say you go outside again and you have to just engage at a long distance. Like with a marksman or something, you just put the stock back up, unfolded, engage at longer targets with less recoil. And then you can just change back and forth in a second. So that's a very good feature. Also, another thing that most people don't know about the SCAR is that makes it also modular. It is very easy to change out the barrel if you need to. You can actually just do it in the field. A common weapon, it's a very common weapon mod. You'll see many soldiers doing it, just out in the middle of a in the field. It's because it sounds complicated, but you can actually do it very quickly, as long as it is within the same caliber. In general, the SCAR is very modular, you can see. It comes in two versions. There's the SCAR L, which stands for light, and SCAR H, which is heavy. And those just give you even more options on what you want. So basically, if you love customizing the weapons to suit your style, SCAR is definitely what you want. The XM8, again, on the other hand. I mean, the XM8 has, really awesome built-in sights. That's the #1 thing that it's known for, is the sights. It is also very lightweight and ergonomic, meaning that it is easy to carry with you and just, use for hours without it getting uncomfortable. Like, for an example, a Deagle is not very ergonomic, actually, as much as I love them. They're really just really heavy, and the grips don't help with the weight at all. Which kind of sucks. So you can't really, it's kind of a pain to shoot with them for very long. So the XM8 is a very good rifle for just kind of quickly aiming at targets because of the low weight, and because of the weight you could actually even carry it as a secondary if you wanted, like carry it on your back or something, which is really nice. Also, the XM8 was built by the US Army, and they know what they're doing, whereas the SCAR was built just by some private company. I don't actually know, but it wasn't the US military, so that is definitely a plus for the XM8. That's definitely something in its favor. Because I trust the US military. We have the best fighting force in the world. Naturally, we're going to want to kit them out with the best rifles. So, as for your question with the Deagle, the SCAR and XM8 are both assault rifles, and the Desert Eagle is a sidearm. so it's kind of hard to compare them. But hey, I mean, you've come to the master of customizing guns, you know, yours truly, so I'll give it a shot. I'd say I'd start with adding an extended mag for obvious reasons. You know, the 7-round magazine the Deagle comes with is not that great, but I guess that's kind of just because of the caliber. And yeah, probably I'd put in a hairpin trigger, ergonomic grip, and a recoil compensator, because they also have crazy recoil. That's a problem with them. I mean, honestly, after that, there's not many modifications you can do on a pistol without it just getting out of hand. Like, there's pictures on the internet of people who just try to turn a pistol into like a rifle or something. Like, they put stocks and scopes and extended barrels and all this bullshit on, but I mean, you really don't need that. The Deagle is a tactical sidearm. That's what it's built for. It's not trying to be an assault rifle, so try to take a sidearm, put it into a rifle, you're just going to end up with, like, just a piece of shit. No offense, you know. I mean, I'm into customization myself, but, you know, that's just too far. But, I think the basics that you would really need would be extended mag and, some new sights, because I know a lot of people like using open sights or iron sights, depending on, you know, how you like to call them, but it's just not really my thing. So I would probably have like a reflex or red dot sight on mine, because it's just better, I think. Yeah, with those mods, I mean, even then, you don't really stand much of a chance on taking on a soldier with an XM8 or a SCAR, just because they're completely different. You know, it's apples and oranges, basically, the guns that you're trying to compare. I mean, you might be able to hit them if you just, like, I don't know, you see them before they see you and you get the drop on them. You can just, one shot is all it's going to take, because you have 50 AE ammo, which means that's pretty much going to be a one-hit kill no matter what kind of body armor they have. That's the main reason everyone likes a Deagle, and the main reason it is a tactical sidearm. So it's going to be a one-hit kill either way. It just basically comes down to who takes the first shot. You know, if you take the first shot from a SCAR, you're probably going to be catching 3 or 4 bullets, because it's obviously automatic. Both of them are, unless they're on 3-round bursts, but, you know, that's a whole host of other problems. It really just comes down to a Wild West style, you know, like who shoots first. You know, not like, but I don't think they do Wild West duels in the Middle East or anything. You know, but seriously though, I mean, it's really, it would be hard to actually win a fight against a assault rifle if you had a Deagle. You'd have to be pretty good at what you're doing. And it would just come down to, you know, the actual other scenarios, circumstances, such as how much cover is in the area, how exposed you are, how good your enemy is. You know, it's really, when you're comparing something as different as rifles and sidearms, it's, you know, I mean, it just comes down to luck half the time. Can't really, like, just compare them easily. But yeah, I hope I answered your question, dude. You know, if you have any more questions, write them in. So yeah, this is just another ParkourDude91 Q&A session. Just hit me up. My Tumblr is ParkourDude91.tumblr.com. Check me out. You know, there's a page, Deagle Facts. If you click on that, you can write me a question, and I'll just answer it on my next video. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, yeah. Peace out. Semper Fidelis.